You both promise to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
I'm the hearing officer today. My name is Mike McHenry, and you're given a chance to kind of explain what you want to do, and there may be some questions. For the record, can you tell me your name and spell the last name, please?
My name is Nicholas R. Alvarez. The last name is Alvarez.
Okay. And Nicholas, what are you hoping to do today? Or what's the situation?
Well, since nobody showed up to protest, the neighbors look like everybody's fine. So hopefully this gets approved and, I keep my fence the way I want it.
For the record, the applicant is Nicholas R. Alvarez with the last name R-A-I-G-O-Z-A, and he is requesting a variation within the R1 Single Family Residential LN District to allow for a 6-foot high privacy fence to be located within the effective side yard. The location of the property, the subject property consists of approximately 1 1/3 or 1.35 acres. It's located on the north side of Dana Street, approximately 210 feet east of the intersection of Oak Grove Road and Dana Street. The common address is 23916 Dana Street, Harvard, Illinois, Township of Chemung. The pins would be 0133 355 004 and also 005. And on all 4 sides, north, south, east, and west, the adjacent land use would be single-family residential. The current zoning for this property is R1 Single-Family Residential District LN. The adjacent zoning would be Single-Family Residential District LN to the north, east, west, and to the south, with the addition that it would be vacant. The 2030 plan designates this residential. The property is improved with a 2-story frame residence, detached garage, wood deck, brick patio, wood fence, and asphalt and gravel driveway. There are no wetlands, and there's currently a building permit K5385 pending for a 6-foot privacy fence, and the granting of this variation would allow for the completion of that project. So Kim, who built the fence originally?
The previous owner.
Okay. And was that constructed with or without a permit?
Without a permit.
So this is kind of an after-the-fact permit application?
It is. We were made aware of the violation when the previous owner owned the property, and then the transaction took place for Mr. Alvarez to purchase the property, so he inherited the violation.
Okay.
But the previous owner paid the fine and paid for the permit.
Yes, the previous owner applied for the permit, but it transferred over
Yes.
after.
So did he pay the additional, was there?
Yes, a penalty fee.
Okay. And whose property does this encroach on?
It encroaches on the property to the west.
You have the camera on.
Camera's on? I did audio. 1 second. I just did audio.
You have to go.
Oh, did not go. So was there no audio?
There's audio.
Oh, okay.
Camera too, so.
Okay, sorry
Yeah,
about that.
It's okay.
For the record, this is the first mistake I've seen him make in the last 20 years.
It's all good.
Sorry about that.
Well,
Oh, good.
Okay. I'm sorry, the nature of the encroachment, can you explain that, please?
Yes, so Mr. Alvarez provided an updated plan of survey. Actually, let me pull up the survey here so I can show you. So along the west side, if I can get it there, there is just a very slight encroachment on the west portion of the fence over that property line. Mr. Alvarez has already flagged out where the fence needs to be moved to and has agreed that he will move that to be within his property boundaries if this variance is approved.
Okay. Bear with me for my stupidity. So if he's going to move it, why is there a need for variance?
Oh, the variance is for the fences that are encroaching into the street yard. So it's on the north and east sides of the residence. The fence goes closer to the road.
And that's into the land that's owned, or that's into the,
His own property, but within the street yard, so between the street and the house.
correct? Okay. But that will not be moved.
Right. Correct.
If the neighbor is agreeing to where the fence is at right now, why does it have to be moved?
Because we can't permit a fence on somebody else's property,
If
so
they agree to it?
correct, they would have to apply for a permit for the portion on their property if they wanted to leave it where it was at. But Mr. Alvarez has already
I'm moving.
mentioned he wants to move it.
Yeah.
It's not particularly important, but why do you want the fence?
Just for privacy, I have a handicapped girl, and if she wanted to go around in the yard and inside, have the privacy too. That's one of the main reasons I want to keep it.
Okay. I'm going to ask you some questions, and if you pay attention to the question, the answer should be somewhat obvious, okay? Isn't it true that the particular surrounding shape or topographical condition of the specific property involved would result in a particular hardship upon you, the owner, as distinguished from a mere inconvenience if the strict letter of the regulations were carried out? Isn't that true?
It's true.
Good answer. And isn't it also true that the conditions upon which the application for a variation are based are unique to the property for which the variation is sought and are not generally applicable to other property within the same zoning district? Isn't that true? You have to answer audibly yes or no.
Yes.
And is it also true that the purpose of the variation is not based exclusively upon a desire to increase the monetary gain realized from the property? Isn't that true?
Monetary, you mean for monetary gain?
Isn't it true that the purpose of the variation is not based exclusively upon a desire to increase the monetary gain realized from the property? Isn't that true?
It's true. It's true. Sorry.
And you're doing this so that your family member can have access to the property, correct?
Yes, that's true.
And isn't it true that the alleged difficulty or hardship is caused by the ordinance and has not been created by any person presently having an interest in the property? Isn't that true?
It's true.
It was the prior owner that caused the problem, correct?
Yes.
Isn't it true that the granting of the variation will not be detrimental to the public welfare or injurious to other property or improvements in the neighborhood in which the property is located? Isn't that true?
It's true.
And isn't it true that the proposed variation will not impair an adequate supply of light and air to adjacent property or substantially increase the congestion in the public streets or increase the danger of fire or endanger the public safety or substantially diminish or impair property values within the adjacent neighborhood? Isn't that true?
It's true.
Isn't it also true that the granting of the variation requested will not confer on you, the applicant, any special privilege that is denied by this ordinance to other land or structure within the same zoning district? Isn't that true?
It's true.
You have to answer yes or no. Yes.
Yes.
Kim, do you have any questions or concerns?
No questions. I just wanted to state on the record that we have a new permitting software that caused the petition number to change. So I just wanted to put that on the record that the new zoning petition number is Z25-0007.
So I'm sorry, what was the number again?
Z25, Z like zero, dash 0007. Change our numbers.
And that replaces the 2024-040?
Yes, correct. And then I did put up on the screen here the proposed condition that was a part of the staff report if you wanted to go through that.
Does he really need to get a new survey? That's expensive.
We can leave that out. The only reason we did that was just to confirm that it was on the property, because the survey we have shows it outside. But if you want to take that part out of it, then we would just do a new inspection to show that it has been relocated, which we have to do anyway on the final inspection for the fence.
Did he get a new survey when he purchased the property?
No, he got the new survey, this was just recently, a couple months ago, because we needed it due to a vacated right-of-way that became part of his property. So his property boundaries actually changed and he had to get a new survey.
My real question is, are the four corners or monuments of the property currently staked, if you know?
Yes, they are.
I mean, if he leaves those stakes in place and moves the fence, I don't see the need for getting a new survey, which could cost him a fair amount of money.
Yeah, I would be okay with that, taking that part of it out, and then our inspectors would just need to see those stakes when they come out for the inspection.
Yes, the new survey that actually he just came and it was last Friday, I believe. He came and put the stakes right in the corner with rods, new rods.
Yeah, if you can leave those there
Yeah.
for when you have the final inspection, then I would be
Don't
fine.
move those, because then they can visually see that your new fence is where it should be, and then you won't have to rehire your surveyor to come out.
Okay.
Surveyors are not cheap.
So if you want to just have the first sentence be the
That
condition.
would be fine.
If you wouldn't mind reading it into the record, and then we can make that a part of the ordinance.
And I would recommend that there be a proposed condition that the western portion of the privacy fence shall be relocated to be within the property lines of the subject property prior to the certificate of completion, and the existing stakes or monuments from the prior survey shall remain in place until such time as that inspection has been completed. Okay.
Very good.
With that, I would be in favor of this request. It's obviously a very straightforward, simple request. He did not create the problem, and he's willing to try to correct it, and there is no opposition. So with my recommendation, this will go to the county board, and it will pass if a majority of the members who are in attendance are in favor of this. You do not have to go to that county board meeting. It'll be on what's called the consent agenda with a number of other items, and likely pass with just sort of a voice vote for all of those items. But that meeting would be when?
March 18th at 7 p.m.
Okay.
You can check with Kim after that date to find out if it passed. Okay?
I should have the fence ready by then. I should have moved that by then.
That's kind of frozen, isn't it?
You also
It'll be
may
the
want to
way.
just wait until after that anyway, just in
Okay.
case. That way you know that it's approved. And
Okay, what that too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, thank you, sir.
Have a good day.
You too.